Hello everybody, my name is Anastasia. I'm from Beijing, China, and I am back to talk cross stitch. Finally, right? I feel I haven't made a proper cross stitch video for half a year. So let's make a cross stitch video for everything I've done for this half year. To tell the truth, this half year was so full of some emotional, like I cannot say trauma, but big emotional stress for me, and also some health problems for me. So I didn't have much like mind space to film, to share, to create. Yeah, I stitched a lot. Like you will see right now, I'm surrounded by piles of cross stitch and other things. It's like there are a lot of things I've done this half year, but at the same time, I can't say that I was my old self that was like loving and bubbly and happy. I was more like, just leave me alone, just let me survive, kind of this self. And I was not only stitching, I was painting, I was doing Lego, I was gaming, like I was getting just out of my head, out of reality as much as I could, I would say so. But now I hope I'm getting better emotionally and mentally and everything getting better, and I am in a better, happier place than I was in this winter. So I decided to make this video and share with you everything that's happened. And about my health issues, I was diagnosed with jaw arthritis. So yeah, for 2 months this spring I was in a constant pains. I couldn't talk properly, I couldn't yawn, I couldn't eat, I couldn't chew. Like this side of my jaw, it hurts so much, it like shoot pain strikes into my brain. And we spent 6 weeks going to different doctors because the doctors didn't know what happened too. Like at this moment there is no like one test you can do on your jaw and it will tell you like what kind of doctor or what kind of disease it is. Basically we went to a neurologist said it's not the nerve. We went to the dentist said it's not the teeth. We went to the bone doctor. He said it's not the bone. And after 6 weeks, finally we went to the doctor who said, oh, it's arthritis. So you will have it your whole life and you will have to learn how to live with it. So right now it's summer, it's hot outside. Outside we have 39 degrees Celsius. Basically it's like 102 on Fahrenheit. And in class we have 30 degrees. Inside where we have to live with kids, teach them, eat, like stay all day long, it was 86 degrees inside. Like the last month it was a total like quest, survive. We had like survive zombie apocalypse games. This was like survive summer kindergarten quest. But big news, yes, like June was my last month of work in that kindergarten, and we didn't renew the contract. It was my decision. I didn't renew the contract with them because they had constant salary delays, like up to 3 weeks of salary delays, and it was for foreign teacher, who is like the face of the kindergarten, let's say like that, because all the parents they pay for to have foreign teacher in the kindergarten. But for Chinese teachers it was 3 months of salary delays, and having this constant like also stress and pressure of like, are they gonna pay us, are they gonna pay us, when are they gonna pay us, are we gonna have money this month, are they gonna pay us at all, is like not a good like work environment too. So all the teachers were stressed, like the kids the kids were okay, the kids didn't care. The kids were wonderful. And also the June is our like drama club performance month. So we whole June, we actually started in May, we practiced 2 months every day performance, Sleeping Beauty. to show the parents in the end of June. So end of June, the last week, we did it, and I finished my contract. I left. They paid me all my money. I'm so thankful. Like they did it, and I don't need to go there and argue and ask and like call them and remind them. It's like that's really what other teachers had to go through to do it, and I'm just a lucky one, I guess. So I'm out of there, and I will have a little vacation. Right now, 9 days I'm just free. I will stay home in Beijing, but then after 9 days, my dear friend will come, and she, like my old university classmate, and she will be first time in China, so I will take her around like guide style, like 10 days, Beijing and Shanghai. So we will travel together and I guess like spend just quality time together, a wonderful time with my friends. It's always good. Yeah, I have lots of like new friends here, but I always, you always miss some friends who you have history with, and when you always like travel or move or live in another country, you never have like these friends with like for years. Of course, if you live in this country for 10 years, you will have friends you know for 10 years, but you don't have like your kindergarten friends or classmates or college mates or whatever. Like, and then my friend is coming here, and we have so much story together, so much like history. It's just special, and I'm super excited. But long story short, so now I'm free, and the first day of July I'm free. I'm making a video, and I'm gonna do it in a chronological order. I will start from the stitches I stitched like in January. I believe I didn't make any videos about my cross stitch throughout like this half year, so everything I will show you will be new, except for like the projects I stitched for like started years ago or something. So I did stitch on my older whips. I had new starts, I had finishes. I had finishes from older things, but I also finished like new starts, new finishes thing. And so I have a lot of things to show. Let's start. And my year started with Santa Claus from Leisure Arts. I didn't bring the book here, so I'll try to show you on my iPad here. This is Leisure Arts Father Christmas or Father Frost, and it was a restart. Last year I restarted it. I just did bare minimum of stitches, and this winter I added 3,000 stitches. So it was a good chunk of stitching. The red, the blues, the whites, they're all new. And unfortunately, I take this project with me when I went to see my friend in Nanchang. And as a travel project, this is not the best because this is very glittery fabric. I don't know if you can see it now. No, you cannot see it now. No. But it has a lot of glitter inside. It's like very sparkly. I don't know how to say. I forgot the word. I'm so sorry. I haven't done these floss tubes for a long time. I will have to learn how to do it all over again. And so it's very glittery, and when you're like at home and when you stitch it in the morning, you don't see it so much. It's very, very nice. But when you're like at a bus, airplane, or hotel, and it's like night stitching with the like very focused nightstand lamp shining through, it's shining. It's shining so bright you can't see the holes that you need to pull your needle through. It's like it really messed up with my eyes a lot. So it's an amazing project. I loved stitching it, and I hated it at the same time. But I thought like, okay, next time I'm not taking it as a travel project. I am stitching it during the daytime at home, and I'm fully gonna enjoy it. But when it's gonna be done, it's gonna be so shiny and so amazing, it will blind you. So the next thing I stitched were a number of smalls. Because this year I joined like some games and SALs in the VK, and one of the SALs, one of the floss tubers is doing. She's like, let's minimize our hoards, let's stitch from our stash and stitch the smalls. And it's like one small per month, but I did more. I did like 2-3 per month. But I started slowly, and I started with the kit with 3 smalls. So these were the flowers on wood, and it was really good. Oh, only this flower have beads, by the way. Others don't have. Yeah, you can see beads here in the flower. Yeah, but I finished 3 flowers. I backed them up. They have like their special standing. So it was a kit. And I'm really happy because it was an old purchase, maybe a couple years ago, and I lightened up a little bit my stash. So that was good. I think every stitch is about like 1,000 stitches, maybe 1,100. So it's not very small, but at the same time it's very quick. And after that I decided that I need some pain in my life. Actually, I didn't decide that. It's just like I also take part in some Russian game where every month they give you 10 prompts on what to stitch, and you have like special number of stitches you have to stitch for every prompt. So at that prompt it was something religious or connected to the church. I don't have anything church related, but I have angel, and I asked the organizer, is like, angel is okay for religious? She's like, yeah, sure, stitch whatever you want. And I did about 3,000 stitches on angel. I believe when I started it, by the way, the plum is still my favorite color to stitch on. I believe when I started it was like half of this and like a little bit of the wing, and now it's this big. So it did grow a lot and substantially, and this is, I believe, is the cut for the next page, and this line is also the cut for the next page. So yeah, I still don't have it like on my laptop. I still don't have the electronic pattern. I am stitching from paper, and I think I am losing a little bit of love for Teresa Kogut for all, like, how to say, ones? For all the confetti, yeah, for all the confetti, because you can see red and oranges here, but you cannot see all the mist places. There is mist ones everywhere. By the way, if you can hear some snoring, it's me. So it's everywhere. And I'm just dreading the day when I finish all the majority of the biggest colors, and then I have to go and like stitch one by one all these like one confettis, loose ends. So yeah, this is really like BDSM stitching, some quality BDSM stitching. If you don't know what I'm talking about, is that last year I believe I started up a hashtag on Instagram. It's called BDSM it's called cross stitch BDSM, not BDSM stitch. Cross stitch BDSM is like cross stitch backstitch doesn't scare me, or blends doesn't scare me. So all the people were like, some people they were concerned that it will attract unwanted attention, but it didn't. It was only cross stitch related. No people really paid attention to it, and only like very limited number of people actually joined the hashtag, so it was fun. But after that, yeah, I use it as a true cross stitch BDSM moment. In February there was Chinese New Year, and I joined the market. So for the market I finished this dragon. I started it from last year on New Year when we went back home to Russia. So I believe it counts like the previous week finish or something. So I finished it, and it was amazing, and I loved it so much. It is a freebie from Anastasia Usova, and if you would like to stitch the same one, just leave a comment and I'll give you a link. It's really good, and I finished it on a little pillow. Like, I think the kinda green is in the like, well, it's a little darker, but whatever. I'm not good at color coding, but it looks good, and I added some wooden buttons on the sides, so it's really cute, and it's squishy and very nice, and it really smells good. So, and the second one I finished after that, also for the market, was the Slytherin. My Slytherin stitch. I believe like last year I already stitched most of the flowers and his robe. So this year I stitched very little like actual stitches. I did a lot of half stitch, which is like all of this green part, like basically like half of the design is all the half stitches. It's not full cross, it's half stitch, and it's very monotonous and it's very boring. So can't say I'm the fan of the second part of the project, but Backstitch saved it. Backstitch absolutely saved it. It was amazing, very fast stitch. I loved it. It's only like backstitch in 1 and 2 strands of black, white, and a little brown. And I believe there is a lot of like 200 French knots, around 200 French knots in the flowers and here. So yeah, it was a real quickie. And in the back, I did the like striped, like a sailor, sailor style stripes, but in green, which is really really cute. I do have plans to stitch other like Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw, but this is not a small stitch. You may think, like compared to the other people, it's small or something. Just because it's long, it's not small. It's like around 10,000 stitches for just one of these. So I'm thinking, where can I fit in another 10,000 stitches? Because for the rest of the summer, I kind of have already plans what to do, and I am in urgent need of stitching 3 small circles, some circle designs about like 15 centimeters in diameter. So we'll see how it goes, and if I can find something suitable. If I can find the time for it, maybe I can start it for Halloween, like costume thingy or magic thingy. I don't know. I do have plans to stitch them all, like all 4 faculties, and I hope I will be fast enough to stitch them before someone will buy it. After that, I met an amazing designer. She's a Russian designer, but she really really loves anime and things, and she was looking for like model stitchers who will just give her some anime inspiration, and she will make a design for you and you will stitch it, and later she will of course sell it. But like she was just looking for something people would like, and asked her like, can you make a design about One Piece, because this is like my husband's favorite anime. We love anime here. we watch a lot of anime. I watch a lot of horror movies too. Aaron does not, but if we watch something together, it is anime. And I actually gave him this picture for New Year as a gift. It's like a color painting. So like fill in the colors by the numbers. Come on, make your own picture. And he's so bad at it. Like he I don't know if he was trying to mock me or he literally like painted with his feet or what, but all his strokes were so bad. He lasted like 1 hour. He came to me after that like all sweaty. And I'm like, I cannot, it's so difficult. I cannot do it. You have to help me. So, and he did like bare minimum. And so after that, I think I spent like several weekends painting it, but the problem is it's really big. It's like giant and it has so many colors. So I'm painting it slowly by slowly. I don't want to focus on it like 100%. You can just like see, I have an example why he's bad. It's like, this is the black I did, and the last one is the black. It should be this same triangle shape, and this is this how he did. And the pens. This is how he does the lines. He just doesn't have a nick about it. Like he's good at other things. He's really good at playing games. He's really good at math. He's really good at other things. He's really amazing at planning trips. He's just not very good at painting. So who cares? I'm good at painting. I will help him. So it turns out I bought myself a gift, or I bought a gift with a long waiting period, you know. When you like, you have a gift but you have to wait about a year for it to be finished to put on a wall. So yeah, I am right now painting it slowly by slowly, maybe every weekend, several hours, and then I did a t-shirt. But yeah, it's not a t-shirt for him, it's a t-shirt for me with his favorite color, with his favorite character. And also for the market, I wanted to do this little dragon because this year I wanted to stitch as many dragons as I can. And on the almost the last day before the market, I finished it, and then I saw that I seriously effed up because there is a big pen spot on the back. I don't know what kind of pen it was. It was probably just lying down on the table when I put the cross stitch over it, and it leaked, and I washed it maybe 30 times already. I cannot wash it like in a washing machine. It's not gentle for the cross stitch, but I washed it like by hand. I washed it with the toothpaste, with alcohol, with special washing powder, with soaking it overnight in the washing blah 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 bleach. Everything I could think of, and it's still very black. So I cannot sell it anymore, but I can wear it because it's practically my size. It's a little smaller than this t-shirt, so it's very very tight, but why not? This summer I can wear a dragon. And one more thing I did for the market, I finished my little how to say vanity pouch. This was a freebie from Maria Brovko. It's called like the Heat, I think, the Hot. So there is a little fox with a rainbow ice cream and a little shy sheep, and they're very hot, so there is a lot of like sweat dripping on both of them, and the foxy have little socks, and the sheep has little socks, and it's just adorable. I think I will not repeat this experience of stitching on such a small vanity where I barely can like hoop it, and inside is very clean. It was very difficult to put my hand in, to stitch it, and to sew all back together. It was an ordeal, but I'm so happy with the result. It looks amazing, and it proved that even if I buy this kind of fabric, I can still do the cross stitch on it, and it still looks amazing. No see-throughs. And one more thing I stitched this spring was Laurel, hit by Russian company Riolis. It's done with all the half stitches, like the whole thing is only in half stitch. And I was like crazy about this kit for several years. I finally got it, and I think I started it last year. And last year I didn't do much, and I think this year I already like stitched at least 2,500 stitches, which is 5,000 half stitches. So what I did was, wait, like this, maybe. Okay, it's just easier this way. I go down to the corner, I go up all the way, and I finish these greens, I finish this heart of green. I started her hair and a little bit on the face. So this is all I did. It was amazing. And this was the stitch that I brought with me to stitch in Japan. Yeah, this half year I always also been traveling a little bit, and we went to Japan in May with Erin. It was amazing, and this travel project bag really saved me because I'm stitching it from the electronic pattern, but the electronic pattern has so many mistakes, so I have to bring the pattern and the key with me at all times. Basically, when I'm stitching, I have to look at the pattern, I have to look at the electronic pattern, I have to double check, triple check, because the number of strands are different. The colors are different. Some colors are in the wrong places, some colors are in the right places, and like I already encountered so many mistakes. And they put the threads on organizers like this, so there are very long organizers. So this bag is basically just made specially was made like specially perfectly for this. It also can fit like a large hoop, my like little scissors, lots of other things. And this is how I roll. Like this is what I did in the travel. You see, like for traveling, I never pick out something small and easy and maybe stitching like on a plastic. I stitch big giant projects, so it's always not easy. One more thing, I almost finished this half year, let's say, my Christmas dogs by Ukrainian designer. Uh, I'm saying it's like almost finished because I want to add embellishments. The stitching is all 100% done. The back stitch is all 100% done, and I want to add a lot of cranic on it. I want to add cranic all over the Christmas tree, on all the balls, on all the presents, on the little doggies, and of course on the words. I want to add a lot of um, beads. I want to add, I actually ordered a special like small tiny garland, and this garland is made like, you know, they make like tiny houses with tiny rooms. They especially made like a tiny garland for a Christmas tree, and I ordered it. So I'm gonna put like a garland on this Christmas tree. It's gonna look amazing. So, but unfortunately I am playing a lot of games where I have to count my stitches, and of course if I'm stitching like out of my head without like a pattern, I have no idea how many stitches I did and what should I do. So this has been like a little bit difficult for me to find the time for it, to find a proper space time. And Erin just told me, like, why do you focus on it in spring so much? Like it's a Christmas stitch, so you should wait at least till like late November to finish it, and then maybe that moment you can find some time where you don't need to stitch something for numbers. You can just relax and stitch maybe a couple days and finish it. And I'm like, true, because anyway it will not go like for my summer market or something. It will be welcomed in the winter market or Christmas market, so it will stay in my whip pile, though technically the pattern is finished. And next, also winter thing that I picked up, I think in April, was the love ornament by Dimensions. I think I started a couple of years ago, and it waited on me that I didn't put any stitches this year on it. So I did about 2,000 stitches on it, and it's like almost done. I just need to fill in some gaps and do all the back stitch and all the things. So I hope it will be finished this year. It's waiting for another prompt for a bird or something, because before it was a prompt for red, I finished all the red. Then it was a prompt for birds, I finished all the birds. So now I'm just waiting for another prompt, so for something Christmas or something festive or something for love, anything, and just to finish it. And after that I saw some amazing like anime related patterns. I think this half year I can certainly say that this half year theme would be anime inspired, and this was just the start. This t-shirt was just the start. So I saw some Sailor Moon pattern and I bought it, and I instantly started to stitch it. I know this Austrian even width is not the best color for it. I realize it now, though. Why not? It's not so bad, but like this I would say pine green, yeah, it doesn't like make it shine. It's not finished. It's not gonna be finished in this hoop. I'm thinking about sewing something with it, maybe a tote bag which I sew from scrap, or something like maybe a bag or like project bag maybe. I don't know, like something. I'm planning to do something with it, and I still haven't even washed it because there is a spot here. I don't know what is it. It's like something I ate and it doesn't make a spot, whatever. But it's a real beauty, and I love it. And then I said, oh, because I finished one dragon, I finished two dragons, I need a third dragon. So I need a dragon in my life. Where is it? And this winter I bought a couple of kits by Zlata Runo, Golden Thread. So I'm like, oh, I'm starting this dragon next. I'm starting it for myself. And what do I want? I want a sweater. So the easiest way is to choose a very good count, a very good fabric, go for it. And I did not do anything of this. I chose a sweatshirt with very tiny holes, and I'm stitching it without any soluble canvas, which would be bigger. So it's literally the tiniest stitch you've ever seen in your life. It's absolutely tiny. and it's good. I mean, it is beautiful. It's supposed to be real big. It's supposed to be like 35 centimeters. It's like 13 inches by 8. Hey, I want to show it to you together. And now it's gonna be really small. Actually, I did measure. Now I have someone outside just doing some renovations. I'm so sorry for all the noise. I have AC here, I have May snoring here, I have outside noise. I absolutely understand that it's gonna be for you on that side of the screen, but what can I do? The baby is sick, I cannot kick her out. So this is gonna be my dragon sweater. I actually love this stitch, but I did join the SAL with Dragon SAL, which you have to like show your progress every 2 weeks. So it did keep me going for several months, but then in June, with all the heat in the classroom, I just couldn't take it to work with me anymore, because like, can you imagine, I'm sitting like inside, it's already 30 degrees, 86 for during lunchtime. I'm trying to relax, like doing something easy, like sweating. Like, can you imagine, like I came home, I can take my bra and like squeeze it and there will be water. Like literally, that's how much sweaty I was during the day. And then I would hold the sweater, which is also like half on me, which is making me more hot. I'm like, oh no. I took the vacation time from the SAL. You can take that one. And I didn't stitch it in June. And you would say, where are all the smalls you were talking about? Like, you had a lot of other smalls for the SAL, so and don't worry, this is not only middle size and big size projects I did. I did a lot of small projects. So one of them were Beaded Bird, which is the third and the final like brother sister bird. I'm not sure who are they, brothers or sisters, to the bluebirds that I already have and stitched. So this is all the beads and it's very good. It's really sparkly. I don't know, like camera cannot show, but it's super sparkly. And when the light shines on it, like this side of the eye and the wing, they're like especially super sparkly. I don't know how to explain, but it's really cool. So the bluebirds will have one red bird, and Chinese really consider the red is the color of luck. So I think I will have a trio of luck, all of them. This one is not fully finished yet, but as soon as I get to finish things, I will. And I have joined a SAL with one of the Russian designers doing like little tiny baby from like patterns from the Hayao Miyazaki movies. So this was Sophie with Calcifer from Whole Moving Castle. I didn't finish it all the backing yet, but it's not gonna be a magnet or something, it's just gonna be a stand. So I have like little circle things they can stand on. They will just stand on the table and they are super cute. This is Arrietty. I'm not sure about the English name of the movie. It's like from the world of Lilliputs, like tiny people. I forgot that one. But her name is Arrietty and she's adorable with this yellow flower. This is the Princess Mononoke. She had wolves and her mask. Wolves are not here, but I mean in the movie. But she's so cool, so fierce. This girl, I don't know the name, but she's from the movie My Friendly Neighbor Totoro, which we can see Totoro here. And the last one is Chihiro from Gone with the Wind. No, Gone with the Ghosts. Sorry, I'm not sure about the English names of these movies, but she's super cute. Basically, her parents were transformed to piggies, and she was thrown into the world of like macabre and ghosts and others to save them. And she made a deal with the witch whose child was turned later into this little tiny hamster. So cute. Actually, this cell had about like 20 patterns, but I only like stitched 5, and I was a little bit done done with all this cartoonish style, so I switched. And I switched to totally non-cartoonish style pattern, which was I ordered from my friend designer. I actually stitched, if you follow me for some time, you've probably seen the pattern of the Halloween girl in a white mask with a lot of pumpkins behind her. So that designer made a pattern on my illustration. So I found it's a personal request, so there shouldn't be any like artistic rights infringement. So it's only for me. I will only stitch it, and it will not be sold. So this is Marceline from Adventure Times, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love the design. I love the cartoon, and it was like a fantasy of mine for some time now to stitch it. So I asked her to make a pattern for me, and she did. And this is how much I done. This is about like 20% or something, maybe less. But I am not gonna stitch the whole like background thingy. There is a lot of like background, which is also like kind of this purplish pinkish hue. So I decided I will stitch the sky, and I will stitch the like the ground, the forest, the trees, everything. And then of course Marceline and her daddy Demon. But like this is why I chose this amazing like marble fabric. So the marble will be actually the sky behind, and she is adorable. She's adorable. I'm just stitching it slowly, little by little. I need to go back to it, but somehow every time I have something new I want to stitch. But going back to the old things, I in May picked up one of my older projects, which is, I think I can safely say it's like same as full coverage. This is Orange Now, the Chinese pattern by a Chinese designer, and it is an amazing pattern that has 130 plus colors. So yeah, even if it's not full coverage, it does stitches as full coverage, because every page has at least like 70 plus colors. True. So this May I did like her lower half of the skirt, so this page is done. Then I finished her upper half of the head, and I went to this part of the head. So basically I did 3 pages, which is one was really big and 2 was like super partial pages. But this gave me the way to start on the next column, and this is also 1, 2, 3, I think 3 full pages. So I hope that this year I can still have like time and space to fill in this column, and this is how I will finish like 2 rows of it, because basically it has 27 pages or 28 pages in total, and with me right now I'm finished 5 pages, so there is still a lot to go, even though it's not like full coverage with the background and everything. Plus I'm doing it like super tiny petite stitches on, I believe it was 32 count, so it's really tiny. Of course I cannot do like from start to finish with one sitting, because it's very small. Like even partial page takes me a whole week, because after like hour or 2 of this my eyes start to hurt, like very tired, like I need to massage it. Plus I'm not stitching it from my iPad, I'm stitching it from the paper, so it's really difficult to trace it, and there is a very intricate backstitch there. But the result, oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so good, so good. After that, I decided that it was high time to finish some of my older WIPs. It's like I stitch on new starts, I finish new things, now I stitch on an older WIP, now I need to finish something to like lessen the count. So I picked up the Apple Blossom by Paradise Stitch. This is amazing pattern. The problem was that it has like a lot of colors. It has backstitch in 3 different colors and different column numbers of strands, and this was the difficult part. It's not like difficult like I cannot do it, but I just spend like extra time doing it. Usually backstage is super fast for me. I love doing it. It's super relaxing, but this time I had to like pay close attention because how I'm doing backstage is that I'm doing one strand backstage, and then where it's two strands, I don't put like two strands in my needle. I go with one strand, but like come back and do it again, so that like I can secure the first strand with the second strand over it, like pushing through like the strand itself, and not like next to it, so it doesn't like doesn't do the rails. It's like on top of it. So yeah, it's a little complicated the way I do it, but it does give off this amazing like artistic like painting style backstage. So basically you cannot see any holes, you cannot see where the line breaks. It's always like the continuation of the line. Like even the one strand backstage goes into the two strand backstage and goes to one strand backstage and goes to another color. It's always the flow of the line. It's never like breaking and then like like this backstage like getting this hole on here and here, and there is a real hole in the middle. Like I hate this part. So yep. And after that, this designer contacted me and said like, you finished the one piece, what else do you want? And I was like, I just watched amazing anime. It's called Dungeon Meshi, or Delicious Dungeon, I believe. So I want the Marcel, the main hero, the elf mage from the dungeon. I want to stitch her, and I chose this light salad green color, very light green color, and I think it looks amazing. It was a smaller than this. This is like almost 6,000. This is 4,000 stitches, so it is smaller. And this time the author, she's like growing a little by little, so she did not use like two strand backstitch everywhere in one color, but she used like in different colors. There is black, there is brown her hair, there is pink on her cheeks, and I did not use two strands. I everywhere just used one strand. I still look at this, I still think it looks amazing because it's very delicate, it's very light, it's amazing, and I just love it, and I think it will be amazing in the way I want to finish it. And after that I had some just thoughts that I want to do it, so I pick up to my Mill Hill. There is no big reason for it, just like I was looking through my whips and I said which one is the summer one and which one is not gonna make me hot in June. So this one was the summer one, and I'm very, very strongly saying I do not like Mill Hill on paper. My hands seriously hurt from holding it because this part, the border, it was stitching okay, but once I started on the tree, I'm going to the middle more, I have to like hold it like this or like this all the time, like trying not to like crease it or fold it or like do any damage to the paper, and my hands hurt. Like even after 40 minutes it's already hurt, so I cannot do it in long sittings, and I prefer to cross stitch in long sittings. I don't like to do like 20 minutes change project, 20 minutes change project. Yeah, I can do 2 projects every day, 3 projects every day when I in the morning sit about an hour, and then at work I will sit an hour, and then I will go to another, like after work I will stitch or something. I will kind of stitch third project, but I don't like to like sit down for 1 hour and change every 10-15 minutes. That's really more stressful for me. Doesn't make sense. I don't know, it's like that. So this time I really put in some effort and a lot of stitches and a lot of curse words. So I did like half of the greens on both sides. I believe the trunk was like half basically, so all this trunk is new, most of this purple is new. I believe I had only like 1 strand of purple, some of this is all new, and I finished up on the border was not finished too, so it's a lot of progress. I will show you the preview. And I believe I will be stitching it soon in July because I just got a next prompt on stitching something with the moon. And it has a moon, as you can see. But as my close friend from Russia said, if you ever stitch Mill Hill, stitch it on fabric. And I was like, yeah, probably that's the answer. Right? Probably that's a genius answer I was looking for my whole life. I will stitch Mill-Hill on fabric and fudge this paper. It's not good. So let's do some summer plans. I don't have like a list of projects I want to do like during the summer or fall, like what I'm gonna focus on or something. It's just like I will have prompts. If I can pick up something I can work on, I will just randomly pick up something. If I cannot, I will just continue on something I'm stitching at the moment, and which is one of the cutest mouses you've ever seen. This is the cutest baby mouse. I don't know if it's some fandom or anime or cartoon, but it's super cute. And it's a freebie. It is a freebie, like a dragon. You can pick it up right now. And if you want, just leave a comment. And this is how it's done. It's not as small. It's really big. I think it's about 7,000 stitches. So whenever I don't have a prompt to stitch on something specific, I will be stitching on the mouse and hoping for a soon to be finish. Though I've only stitched like 2,000 stitches here, so it's still more than half a way to go, more like 2/3 way to go. Yeah, but I will be stitching it whenever I don't have any prompt or I need like stitch it with double numbers. And one more thing I bought recently and I started because, you know, I'm a slave of smalls, was this, like a teapot, Russian style teapot, and same style balalaika. Like this designer, she made 3 pairs of teapots and balalaikas in a Russian like art style, like very, how to say, like from the roots, like Slavonic pagan style. We have this black and red, and then we have a white and blue and yellow goldish. So because they're like teapot balalaika together as a set, I bought 3 sets in all the colors, and I'm starting them like color by color. So I'm starting at the same time one balalaika and one teapot. So for the teapot, I only started on the like legs. For balalaika, I did a little more. Yesterday we went to the football game. Beijing was playing with Shandong, and ours won. Beijing won 2-0, so it was really cool game. But we had like maybe 40 minutes before the game. We were just sitting there and waiting and like talking. So I spent this time to stitch a little bit, and everyone was like, "You gotta stitch even on a football game?" I'm like, "It's not started yet." They're just talking and like introducing the players, and there are like some children running on the field playing. It was a big stadium, big stadium, but they didn't have like big intermission, only like 5 minutes or something. So we finished about 2.5 hours, I think. We finished the game, and it was amazing. It was a huge, enormous stadium. It was live. We were sitting very close. It was so cool, and it just amazing experience. Even if I'm not a big fan of sports, like yeah, I did some sports when I was a kid, but I never like followed some teams or like cheered for them that much. I still felt this energy. I still felt like, oh my god, no, don't do that. It's like that was so fun and so cool. So yeah, that was an amazing experience. So this is my closest stitching plans. My second plan is to go into framing. So I got this frame. It's like brown goldish, and guess what of the designs I just showed you is going to be framed in this. So also I painted 2 hoops. Basically it's like the same this style of hoop, the brown one, but I didn't want to do the brown one. So one hoop will be like this like grayish yellow gold hoop, kind of like this stuff, and another one is like pinkish purple. It's more purple this side, it's more pinkish this side. This one is for an older finish. This one is for a very, very recent finish. So what do you think I'm gonna finish in it? Probably today when I'll be editing this video, or tomorrow when I'll be editing the next video, because I always do 2 videos because I need to double trouble in my life. I always need everything double. And one more big plan is that this spring, I think in May, just one day, it was like a lightning in my eyes. I wanted a sweater with an octopus. And it's not cross stitch, but it is embroidery. And I wanted it. I just had this idea, I want a sweater with the octopus. So I went and bought a sweater. And then I spent all day at work, like organizing my thoughts and making like on paper, just drawing sweaters up, back and forth, and seeing how the octopus should go. So I came home and drew an octopus. Where's the front? Okay. I drew an octopus. I love it. It's amazing. So I drew an octopus the front and the back. I added like the stripes of fabric on it. This is glued fabric. So yeah, it's never gonna be washed because I don't know how to wash it, if it's washable at all. This is the paint for the fabric, but I still don't know how to wash it. And it will have another cover of paint on it. Plus, it will have a lot of like floss because I am gonna stitch it all. Like this cover paint is supposed to be the background, so if anything is see-through, you will not be like seeing the blue one, you will see the octopus parts. So I will stitch all over it. And then I was like, but stitching in the painting is a little boring. How about I add beads? And then I ordered some beads. Basically, I ordered 2 organizers of gold, yellow, and orange beads. They're a little too big for cross stitch. Like I would say for cross stitch, we would use like these maybe size of golden ones, but these they're bigger. They're much bigger. And we have like super, super big ones in here. But they are really cool. And I think they will look amazing. Amazing with the octopus. So I think this will be my like focus summer plan, and I will be doing some vlog videos to show you progress here and there, how it goes, and maybe a lot of whining on how difficult it is and how big it is, because it is a big project. It has the tentacles all over it, the sleeves and the back. It has 8 of them. I counted all of them everywhere, so everything is accounted for. Part of the head is still here. Yeah, so I am super excited. I think this is what is taking me back into my creative mood, into my happy mood, is doing something like this. Not only like cross stitch, but doing something like from my head. So with this, me and May, who was snoring here, I will show you. Yeah, there. Mimi? Mimi? Her nose is not good because we're using AC in the house. Otherwise, we cannot survive. Her nose is getting worse and worse. It's much worse than last year. Like basically, she's not breathing with her nose at all. We take her to the vet. They said they cannot help anything. Just give her nose drops. Just clean her nose. They're like, we have this special thingy with like syringe that cleans her nose like this. She hates it. We give her like every day 20 minutes of like it's like vapor. The little machine gives the water vapor, and you hold it like this, so she will breathe in the vapor and will loosen up her dried boogers there. Yeah, so she's getting a little worse, and I'm a little afraid of how she's gonna be this winter, because if she's like this in summer, how it's gonna be in winter, I don't know. On the positive note, On this note, we are gonna say bye bye and see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!